Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name's Benson. What's yours? We're hanging out. Babies watching some Muppet Babies. This is my favorite episode, I think, of Muppet Babies. It's the episode where Gonzo goes to Planet Gonzo to meet other Gonzos, because at the beginning of the show they tell him that he's the only one just like him, because he does this. He eats pickled popcorn sandwiches, deep fried lettuce, his favorite ice cream's like cauliflower swirl or something like that, and he does this, they call it this unique thing with a bag of butterflies, where he puts a bag of butterflies on his head and he rides around on his tricycle and he honks his nose, and when he honks his nose, the bag opens and butterflies come out, and he ends up on Planet Gonzo where they do all this cool stuff.
Potatoes are sweet. It's nice to meet somebody just like me. Like to pretend that I'm the cannonball and fly across the yard. The only question actually
How far?
I might tap yesterday
Can
that no one else
Can
can
he
see.
be?
It's nice to meet
Somebody
somebody
just like me.
when you're there's
An
an
entire planet of Gonzos just like me. Kristen is in the office. I guess they're running like an hour behind. So, anyways, hopefully we're gonna FaceTime call here shortly, and it'll be her, and so yeah, so she's watching this episode. She's being good. So, we weren't expecting to be an hour behind. She's right there. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. We had talked about getting a DVD player for the car and buying the Muppet Babies season, but I actually just realized with the UAG case on my iPad, I can set it between the two headrests and it just hangs there. So, and then I keep the entire 2 seasons of Muppet Babies downloaded on my iPad just in case we need it. So I accidentally shortened my mustache this morning. So what it was is they actually came out to like right here, both sides. And at the very end was just one hair per each that just kind of curled, and I couldn't get it to straighten. So like on this side I took the curl off this side and then I went to do it on this side, but I guess I misjudged where the thing was, and it bent real quick on me into the shaver and shortened it this short. So then I had to like even them up. I think I did a good job, like without just measuring them, but I'm a little sad that they're only this long now. Like, I kid you not, like they were as long as my finger almost. And I'm like, no! I cut it off! A mistake! It's the sonogram. Just a wavy gray line.
Say hi! Hi!
Can you say hi? Can you blow him kisses? Mwah. Yay! Can you say hi? Hi!
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 I love that.
Hi!
So, today was supposed to be Sonogram Day.
It was Sonogram Day.
It was Sonogram Day. But, so when they did the blood work, you're hiding the mama.
Come back here.
The blood work showed that Kristen was about, what, 6 weeks?
When they did the blood work, good lord, yeah, I don't remember. It should have put me at 8 weeks today.
Right, so they were doing an early sonogram, just kind of check on things, get measurements.
Kisses!
Yeah. But keep it in mind, like, this is, even if she would have been 6 weeks, and I say that, understand why in a second, this is the earliest we've ever known.
Yeah.
And it's because we were more on the lookout for this one. Because with infertility and all the crazy stuff we've gone through to, have kids and stuff, we've never really known this early because of health issues and things that came along.
Yeah.
So they went today. She went today because they wouldn't let us be there.
I mean,
And
we're
Kristen
there.
was supposed to FaceTime me, face chat, whatever. and I'd get to watch the sonogram and stuff.
Difficulties.
Right, there were technical difficulties with that, but the lady who did her sonogram said that she doesn't even think you're, what, 4 weeks?
6.
6 weeks. So she's saying you're 6 weeks now.
Yes.
So you saw the sonogram a clip ago. It's literally just a squiggly gray line right now. It's all you can see.
Yeah.
So it's a little of a disappointment.
Basically, so what they do in the early sonogram is they check the sac and all that stuff to make sure that it's implanted right and that it's viable and that everything looks right and all that.
Because at this stage, it could possibly not.
Right.
The placenta could not attach. And
well, you could have a tubal pregnancy. There's just a bunch of different scenarios that can happen, and you can miscarry. I mean, you can still technically miscarry, but like, there's other things that prevent it from. Yes, you can have a positive test and then have it not take. Like,
right.
So basically, they just check everything to make sure it's viable.
Yeah. And those are some of the things we've gone through where we've gotten positive tests and
it's not been.
Right.
Yeah.
At this stage, what they're saying is there's 3 things. Either A, the blood work is wrong and the dates are wrong and you're actually not
6
as far
weeks,
along
yeah,
as you should be.
Which doesn't make sense because I shouldn't have been able to detect it on a home test.
Right, because you would have detected it at 2 weeks.
Barely.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I think I would have literally just detected it. I would have just gotten pregnant.
Yeah, so I'm saying it would have been a weekish.
Barely.
So either the blood work's wrong, or the other 2 options is either the baby's not growing properly, or the baby's just got to measure small.
Yeah.
Which Gab measured small.
Right. Well, they thought that she was going to be small.
I mean, she still was kind of small when you go from, we had a, 9-pound kid, an 8-pound kid, and then we had a barely 7-pound kid.
Yeah, but still, that's a normal size baby.
Not for us.
For, like, the standard.
Yeah. So either A, the baby's just going to be small, which they'll just keep an eye on,
mm-hmm.
or B, the other issue is that the baby's not getting all the proper nutrients and stuff.
Well, that's a whole nother.
Right.
She
But
said it. You can't tell that right now.
Right. So we won't know too much more info until, what, 2 weeks? No.
I don't know how they're going to calculate it now. So the next appointment is between 11 and 12 weeks or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if they're going to calculate between 11 and 12 weeks from the original
Mm-hmm.
time or from now, what she's saying. So if it's from the original, it'll be sometime in the end of December, but if it's the 6-week date, it won't be until January.
Right. But they'll redo the measurements and then decide what.
Yeah, I'll have another sonogram and they'll look and see what's really.
Right, whether it's the baby's just measuring small, the blood work was wrong.
It's really weird
and
though.
You're on track, or if it's the other issue.
It would be really weird for the blood work to be
wrong.
Blood count.
Yeah. Right. I think that's what's throwing it for a loop right now, because just because you have a kid doesn't mean infertility becomes an issue, is no longer an issue. In fact, the other couple that we talked about, the Brookharts, they made that, he made that statement, like, having a baby after fighting infertility doesn't mean you're no longer infertile. Like, you still have to go through those same things, you have to go through those same, because you've had so many positives that then basically miscarried or ended up negative, and you still constantly, that's always on the brain.
Right.
So at this point, we're kind of like mentally exhausted, just because we were kind of expecting
a little bit more information.
With
more
fairly good news.
Yeah.
I mean,
the good news was that everything looks
right.
good. It just, the time frame is
we got more
looking different.
We got more questions than answers.
Which seems to be pretty normal with
What, having
first
kids?
sonogram. I don't know. It's weird, like, because we've never known this early, it's just weird. The whole
It's a new process for
whole
us.
situation is odd. And
Because you were like, what, almost 18 weeks
what?
with Gab?
Yeah, I was 19 and a half
Yeah.
weeks when we found out I was pregnant. No, when I went for my confirmation.
And I think it was close to the same thing with the other two, right?
I think with Allie I was like 15 weeks, and with Jordan, I was probably like 15 or 16 weeks, because I think I had just finished my first trimester with both of them. I don't think we've ever known inside the first trimester and been to a doctor.
Right.
So it's weird.
It is weird. I don't know. Now we're at that waiting standstill game. Like I said, it's emotionally exhausting at this point because the added wait of an hour to even get them back to do the sonogram. And hi. But we got that beautiful face right there to play with. Yeah.
She was not happy about it.
No, she did not enjoy waiting on without the mama. She did really good though. She sat. In fact, there's video where she's sitting watching Muppet Babies and playing, and once she got unbuckled and could roam around the back seat, which she didn't really roam either. She bounced out of the car seat onto my lap and back in. You're squishing the mama.
She doesn't care.
No.
Yeah.
You're comfy.
It's just weird. It's a whole weird little thing.
Yeah. So, we're at... It's the first trimester is such a weird thing anyways, because you're at a standstill.
Yep.
Because you're just kind of
It's
waiting.
a waiting game.
Yeah. So, just thought we'd give you guys an update after, the previous clips where we were waiting around. But, and why, I know I was talking about filming while we were video chatting and stuff, why none of that happened, because she called me and then her phone kind of freaked out and rebooted.
It was dumb.
Yeah. So.
But I mean, even you wouldn't have even seen.
No.
Like, you saw what I did record, and it wasn't anything. Like, there's no. You can see like the heartbeat, like this, but you can't hear anything yet. There's no. It's not like, oh, here's a head and here's an ear and there's nothing to it. It's like, here's a line, here's the little bean.
But she did confirm to you that there's only one bean in there.
Well, yeah.
Possibly. But I mean, if it's just the size of a bean, how easy would it be to miss the other bean?
Well, and with it being so early.
Yeah.
With her saying that it's earlier than the blood work showed.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume that they're trained to look
right
for double beans. Because that's what she said. Like, that's the whole point of the early sonogram, is to check and make sure everything is the way that it should be. Like, everything is, the sac is where it should be, the egg yolk embryo part is where it...
Egg yolk.
Well, so she was telling me that there's a... So there's where the bean is at, and then right above the bean, there's still a yolk.
Right.
Right now. Because of the...
She called it a yolk?
Yes. And so it's like right above it. It's like a little...
It's like a hat.
Yeah, kind of. And then, like, they look at your ovaries and all that stuff. And she said, that's when she said that there was a fibroid in there.
Which is a cyst.
Essentially, yeah.
But nothing we should be worried about.
Right. She said like 70% of women have it. And the ones that have, like, there's a couple different kinds of cysts or fibroids. And the one that I have is the most common one. And basically, they'll just monitor it while I'm pregnant and while they can see it in the stuff. Most of them go away. It's about a centimeter, she said, right now, size. But they look at like the incision. You can see the incision, I guess, where
the last C-section?
Yes.
That would be kind of an interesting piercing thing?
It just is a line.
Oh.
Like,
Just kind
there's
of
not.
where the muscle was cut.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay.
It just literally looks like a gray line.
Yeah.
In your uterus. It's weird.
That is weird. I didn't know you could see that from
I
the
didn't
inside.
know that too. But so she looks at that and she measures the like the gestational sac and all that stuff to see how much fluid's in there right now and all that. So she was like, everything looks fine, you just look like you're only 6 weeks. So we'll know more the next
Yeah. Which
whenever that is.
Yeah, we got to figure that out, whether it's end of December or beginning of January.
Hey!
Stop being so loud. She's mad because she can't get the TV control because we keep it away from her because she lost it to the little TV that we had out here before we got our new TV. So we won't let her get near this one. And she doesn't like that. It's sitting on a coffee table over there, and because the couch and the chair meet.
Where's that?
I don't know. It should be on. Oh, it's on your. No, it's on your desk. It got moved, but because they meet, she can't reach the coffee table, and she gets mad about it. But
So yeah.
yeah, that's our little update so far. We, I guess, either end of December, beginning of January, sometime. We don't know. Could be before Christmas. Could be after the New Year. Who knows?
I'm gonna assume it's gonna be in January.
Yeah.
Because even if it was supposed to be around Christmas time, they're probably not gonna schedule it.
Yeah, I
Around
mentioned they're
that
out.
time.
A lot of them are out too.
But who knows? We'll see.
We'll see. We'll bring you along when it happens. But for now, that's our eventful, uneventful day.
It was just a weird day.
It was a weird day all
It
around.
started out weird.
Yeah. We'll be alright though. Thanksgiving's around the corner. I'm gonna cook like a wild man. Make homemade
I'm not.
dressing. No, you don't cook. I do that.
I mean, I do, just not.
Not on Thanksgiving, you don't. You can't run that risk.
Thanks.
Um,
I'm gonna grow the bean and watch the baby.
You're not buying a box of stovetop. If you offend me like that, I won't cook for you.
I'm just saying.
No.
Make it simple and easy.
Mine is simple and easy.
Uh-huh.
Cut up the bread into squares. You put it in the oven so it turns into croutons. Then you make some cornbread.
You know what I saw on Facebook?
What?
Somebody asked if you prefer homemade or canned cranberries.
Yeah.
And like every comment was canned because they've never had homemade cranberry sauce.
My grandmother yelled at me because I'm making homemade cranberry sauce the other day. Like,
Why are you making it difficult?
yeah. She's like, "Why are you making it so difficult?" I was like, "It's not. You put cranberries and sugar in a pot and you cook it till it's saucy."
Want to turn the light off?
Nah. I was like, "It's not. Cranberry sauce is easy to make. I think we use Splenda I use Splenda instead of regular sugar, but cranberry sauce is easy to make."
Yeah, just don't make it spicy this time.